Hey, what's up guys? This is Jedith. So it's finally done. The Havoc WeakAuras pack is complete. Before I start giving you guys the rundown on how it works and how you can customize it for yourself, I do want to thank the people that helped me make it. It couldn't have been done without you guys. So big shout out goes to Grecian, Rectifier, and Rop. They're the people that really did all the hard work here and put it all together. I just kind of came up with some ideas and we all collaborated. Big shout out goes to those guys. Thank you guys. Let's dive into the WeakAuras pack. So as you can see on my screen right in the middle, this is what we have put together. Now, I truly believe that this is one of the better, if not the best WeakAuras packs for Havoc out there right now. There are a ton out there that are great. They're really good, but they were kind of put together by people who don't necessarily specialize in playing Havoc and aren't playing Havoc on the regular. And some of the ones that were mass produced aren't updated. They haven't been updated for Dragonflight, or they're just not updated frequently. I truly believe that we've come up with something pretty awesome here, so I'm excited to show you guys. So you can see we have a top row and a bottom row and a Fury bar, and we also have Aura bar right above the Fury bar, and that basically just tracks your buffs. You see it's tracking things like inertia, unbound chaos, initiative, your meta. There, it even tracks your essence break. So it looks to the target that you're currently targeting and shows you how much of your essence break buff is left on that target in particular. Now, let's say you wanted to customize that top row. You can type /WA to pull up your WeakAuras, and you're going to find the Jedith Havoc WeakAuras pack right here. So you want to click on the plus sign, and you can see it's organized here pretty cleanly. We have a top row folder, a bottom row folder, resources, Aura bar, reminders, baseline icons you don't really need to touch. And then down here we have two that are the cast bar and the trinkets. We'll get to those in a second. So first, let's look at the top row. If you open that folder, you'll have the Vengeful Retreat bar, which is pink. So if you were wondering what this pink bar is on the left, that's what that is. That tracks your Vengeful Retreat cooldown. And then we have the abilities. So if you wanted to change the order of these abilities, you can literally just use these arrows, put them down, put ones up, like however you want to organize it, whatever works best for your brain, you could do that. So this is how I like to have it. So feel free to reorganize them however you wish. And then down at the bottom, there's these orange bars, which are the Fell Rush charges. So that's what these two are on the right side. Now in the bottom row, again, you can organize these. You can shift them however you want them in whatever order. You have ones for Fell Barrage. You have ones for Elysian Decree if you spec into it. We have all of our kind of utility stuff down here. We also have a kick bar. So this is your interrupt. This white bar down at the bottom left, that's your interrupt. Now, I track my interrupts with other things, right? I use the interrupt tracker in Omni CD. You might use something else. I know there's other WeakAuras that help you track the interrupts of your group. It's there if you want to use it. If you don't want to use it, that's fine. You can just ignore the kick indicator. It's up to you. And then if we go to the bottom here, we have two more bars. These are for Sigil of Misery and Sigil of Flame. So these are the bottom right down here. Purple is Misery. Green obviously is Flame. So let me show you what those kind of look like when you press the abilities. We'll start with Vengeful Retreat. So you can see as the cooldown goes through, the bar is starting to fill up. When it fills up to the top, that's when your VR is back. And there is an extra WeakAuras where if you're in combat, your VR comes up and it's ready to be used. It'll say some text that says Vengeful Retreat. I've used something like this for a long time. I found it to be very useful for me. Again, it's something you can get rid of if you don't want it. I like to have it there. Now we also have our Fell Rush charges. I'll demonstrate those quickly. Works the same way as the VR bar. They start to fill up as the cooldown is coming back. Now the interrupt one, same deal. Press your interrupt, it starts to fill. Like I said, I like to use something else to track it so you can get like a precise number and you can see like who else in your group has an interrupt available. This is kind of just more for like casual use. The interrupt tracker is right there at the bottom. And then we have Sigil of Misery and Sigil of Flame. So again, as they work just as you would expect, you use those abilities, the bar desaturates and starts to fill back up again. Pretty simple. So that's the bottom row. Now we also have the resources. Now this is where some cool things are happening. First thing I want to show you guys is the Immolation Aura indicators. So what happens here is whenever you use Immolation Aura, you will see a little tick on your Fury bar. This green tick here. So that's the duration of your current rolling Immolation Aura. When it reaches the far left side, that's when Immolation Aura is going to end. So that can be useful for things like your Rage Fire, right? Because you know when that stack of Immolation Aura depletes and it's done, that's when your Rage Fire is going to pop. So you can have multiple of those ticks running across your Fury bar at the same time. So I'll show you that. There we go. We have 3 rolling there. So that's 3 different Immolation Auras. When each of those hits the far left, that's when your Rage Fire will explode. Pretty cool. Now, the next really cool feature I want to show you guys is the Fel Barrage tracker. I know you won't get much use of this right now because we're not really playing Fel Barrage all that often, but I've been using it on Tindril, which is where I get a lot of use out of this, and it's been very, very useful. So check this out. We're going to build some Fury. We're going to hit Fel Barrage, and our Fury bar starts to glow. As long as this is glowing, we know that Fel Barrage is still active. And as soon as we lose our Fel Barrage buff, our Fury bar stops glowing. So super useful. It's good so you can just get like a glimpse of how much of your Immolation Aura is left on your Fury bar, because that's drip feeding you some Fury, and you can see how much of your Fel Barrage is still active. Ideally, you always want to be getting 8 seconds. That's the full Fel Barrage duration. Now, of course, with this build, we've also spec'd into Glaive Tempest, so that has automatically been put on our top row because we've spec'd into it. If we go into another build that doesn't have Glaive Tempest, this won't be there. So again, just use it, desaturates, it shows you the cooldown number right on the icon. Something I forgot to mention with Immolation Aura, you'll notice whenever you have 1 Immolation Aura left, it'll go green. And that's basically just telling you at a quick glance that you still have another charge of Immolation Aura available. And then once you use all of them and you have 0 charges available, it goes gray. Again, just a little kind of neat feature that you're able to quickly see at a quick glance with your eyes and know that you still have another charge of Immolation Aura available and in the bank for you to use. Now, the next really cool feature that I like a lot is kind of on the same lines as the Fel Barrage tracker, but this is for darkness. So you'll see if we drop darkness, our darkness icon here starts to glow. It glows purple, and this number here in the middle that's purple, that's actually the duration of the darkness on the ground. So that's not the cooldown left of darkness. That's the actual standing duration of the buff on the ground that you're standing in. And if you were to drop it and move out of it, go back in and go back out, you would see this glow turn on and off because it's looking for whether you're in the darkness or not. Really, really cool. I'm glad this is kind of an idea we had last minute, and I'm super glad that we decided to put that in because I think that's very useful. Okay, and we've gone over the Aura bar. These are just buffs that you need to kind of keep track of as part of your rotation. You have Blur, Essence Break, Netherwalk, Meta, which is also like your Demonic, your Demon Form Uptime, Unbound Chaos, Momentum, and Inertia, and Initiative. Now we also have the Reminders section here. So this is the Vengeful Retreat reminder that I showed you earlier with the text. Then we also have the Metamorphosis reminder. So what this does, if your meta has been available for you to use, like it's come up off cooldown and you're able to use it, let's say you forgot, you didn't notice that it's come up and you've just been sitting on it. If it's been available for more than a minute, it'll play a sound to kind of alert you, and it'll also make the meta icon glow. Okay, and finally the cast bar. Again, this is labeled optional and can be turned off because you don't need it, but this is included in the WeakAuras package. If you're coming from using somebody else's WeakAuras pack that might have a cast bar included, you'll probably need this. If you use, say, for example, Now's UI and you use his LVY profile, that by default has the default game cast bars turned off and the LVY turned off, and it uses the WeakAuras one. So you'll definitely want to keep this turned on, and I'll just demonstrate what it looks like. It's pretty basic, it just looks like a cast bar, right? You can keep it on, you can turn it off, completely up to you. The other thing is trinkets. Again, same situation as the cast bar. You can turn it on or you can keep it turned off if you track your trinkets in some other way. Again, I'm still using Now's UI for the most part, and he tracks his trinkets up here with a different WeakAuras. So I have it turned off. With your setup, you're not tracking your trinkets. You can go in here and go to the load options and uncheck never. We are also working on a vengeance version of this, so hopefully in the near future, this is just going to be an all-around Demon Hunter suite for both Havoc and Vengeance. So keep updating this WeakAuras pack as often as you can. We'll be letting you know whenever there are updates, but we've been updating pretty frequently. So yeah, this is available for you guys to get. It is available on wago.io to the public. I'll put a link down in the description of this video. And if you have any suggestions or you run into any problems, you can head over to my Discord, and we have a specific channel there for, UI feedback and suggestions. So please let us know what you think and if there's any way that we can improve this. If you want to support me in some way, you can head over to the Patreon and sign up there. You can sign up for $2. Any support you can give is much appreciated, but this WeakAura is for free. So enjoy, and make sure you like this video. Leave a comment if you like the WeakAura pack. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.